right, it is October, the first Friday of October, so you know what that means. It is time for this month's edition of Bourbon Bite-Sized Learning. So as you know, in 2021, we have been doing our Cooking Through the Calendar series, and this month, our recipe is for potato hash. This is a super simple side, or you could make it really a main dish with some potatoes. So you could either use red or gold potatoes. Today we're using gold. We're also going to add some red bell pepper, some onion, some garlic, some Parmesan cheese, and then a little salt and pepper to taste. Now, in my skillet here, I've already heated some oil. So I have some olive oil and just a tablespoon of butter that went in here. Now, maybe traditionally you would cook something like this and use all butter, but splitting it up between the butter and the olive oil allows us to be able to cut the saturated fat in. So this has been going for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go on and uncover it, give my potatoes a little stir, and then we're gonna add our additional ingredients in here, okay? So you can kind of see our potatoes have been cooking in there. I'm gonna give these a stir. All right, so next we are going to add in our onions. So I have just 2 diced onions here, and then we are going to add in 2 diced red bell peppers. This is a great, if you've got any lingering items in your garden, some peppers, some onion, this is a great way to use some of that up. Okay, now I'm going to give this a big toss in here. This is a very pretty dish. It's very colorful. We've got the yellow from the potato, the white onion, the red bell pepper. Okay. Right, so not only do those onions and pepper provide color to this recipe, but they also provide a lot of nutrients as well. Color, flavor, nutrients, what more could you ask for? All right. So now this portion of our recipe does need to cook for about 5 minutes or until this has started to turn golden brown. So this recipe happens to contain food from 2 different food groups. You know, we like to make items that have got multiple food groups. When we do that, we know that we're going to need more nutrients. So right now we've got vegetables going on with our potatoes, with our onions, and with our peppers. And then we are going to add a little Parmesan cheese at the end to top this with. And of course, the Parmesan cheese is from our dairy group. Okay, a little calcium with that. So it's got those nice starchy vegetables, the deep red color. You know, getting more orange and red vegetables in our diet is very important, and we accomplish that with those red bell peppers. Again, this is one of those weeks where I wish you all had smell-o-vision so you could smell how delicious this is. And so the garlic and the onions are another type of vegetable. So sometimes we don't think about garlic being a vegetable, but it is, and they're part of the allium family. Okay, so they are going to provide lots of phytochemicals for us, very important in our bodies as well. Okay, helps keep things regulated within our body. And they add so much flavor. You add onions and garlic to just about anything, you can almost guarantee that it's going to taste good because they are packed full of flavor. Okay, so I know it's probably not been quite 5 minutes, but we're going to go on and go to our next step, which is adding in the garlic. So I have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and I'm going to stir that really well in here. Just kind of making sure that everything is good and coated. Now, while I'm stirring this, let me tell you about where I am today. Okay? Today, I might be in a different location than you recognize. We are live today from the Bourbon County Senior Citizen Center. Okay? It is located on Legion Drive here in Paris, out by the Bourbon County Park. Our Senior Citizen Center has been in this beautiful new building for several years now. And if you're not aware of some of the services they offer for those that are 60 and up in our community, give Laurel a call here at the Senior Center, and she can help you. You know, there's lots of services that are available to our seniors that hopefully they're taking advantage of, but if not, they definitely need to be taken advantage of. And hopefully here in the next few weeks, they'll get to open back up to in-person services so you can come in, congregate, have a meal, enjoy some bingo together, and lots of other fun things. You know, pre-pandemic, you know, they take trips and go to fun places to visit and go out to eat together. And so just a really great time. So they offer bus service. So if you don't have transportation, you can, you know, get on the bus and ride it here, and they take you back home. They have designated shopping days during the week where they will take you right to a store that you need to go purchase your household items. So this is really an underutilized facility in our community, and so I hope more people are able to take advantage of it. I know their participation has been up a little bit since the pandemic, and they've been handing out meals. You guys would not even believe the amount of meals that the center has been handing out during the past 18 months. So I hope that you all are taking advantage of it. Laurel is here with me today. So she let us come. In October, they're going to have a health fair. So every Wednesday of the month, they are going to do a drive-through health fair that you can come out and visit. Laurel, what time is that going to be at?
Between 11 and 11:30.
Between 11 and 11:30 every Wednesday in October, you can come visit a community partner to get information on the services that they provide as well, in addition to getting information about what goes on at the Senior Center. Anything else you want me to say, Laurel?
You did a fantastic job, Kacy.
Thanks.
You told all the stuff that we have going on.
All right. Oh my gosh, guys. This smells so good. Okay, so now I'm going to just add a little salt and pepper to taste. Okay. So just a little pinch of pepper here. I like to go maybe a little bit more heavy on the pepper than the salt, because, you know, the salt's going to add a little sodium. So by just adding it myself, I can kind of control how much is going in there. So I am just going to give it a couple little pinches here. Those potatoes really do soak in the salt, so I'm going to give it a little bit. And then I'm going to give this a big stir. This is definitely a fall dish with these potatoes. You can eat this like this. This would be great if you had leftovers of this potato hash like it is, to add to a soup mix. You could add some broth and thicken it up and make a nice hearty soup, potato soup out of it. All right. I'm going to go on and plate some up here. Put pepper on my fingers. And I'm going to sprinkle it with our cheese. And there is a lot more in our skillet here. This really does make a lot with those 3 pounds of potatoes and the onions and the peppers. And then I'm just going to sprinkle our Parmesan cheese on top of that. All right. We also, if you'll notice, it may be hard to see with these gold potatoes, but we left the skin on the potatoes, and that helps to increase our nutrient content as well in this dish. So I really hope that you all will give this recipe a try. You know, it's October. If you've not gotten your copy of this year's calendar, I mean, it's not ever too late to get one. You can stop by the extension office and pick up a copy. You know, once the year's done, these recipes can be pulled out of the back. There's little perforated cards in the back, that you can tear out and add to your recipe box or to your collection, and then you can just dispose of the calendar. So hopefully in the next couple of months we will be having 2022's calendar delivered to the office, so you can look forward to that. So I think that is it. I hope that you give this potato hash recipe a try, and then we will see you in November. Bye everybody.